Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to my channel / Instagram, because this will probably go on both, at least to clip it. Today I am reviewing a product that I was sent by Frieda. Okay, so I just got this in the mail. If you watch my Instagram story, you saw me hustle and bustle over there out in the cold, because in Canada it's starting to get a little chilly now. So there's that. So Frieda, designed for demanding hair, whatever that's supposed to mean. So when I open it up, they sent me, because I have curly hair, the Frizzies Dream Curls Curl Reviver Mousse. It's supposed to define and hold your curls. It has abyssinian oil in it. Okay, so it is for defined, soft, and moisturized curls that defy frizz every single day. Defines curls with a controlled hold, infused with abyssinian oil. This mousse tames frizz as it shapes your style so your curls look their best all day. Shake can well, turn upside down, dispense a small amount of foam into your palm. Okay, so we'll see if we can use less than half this can to do my whole head. Distribute evenly through damp hair, finger style, or blow dry using a diffuser. Okay, so it looks pretty straightforward. I don't see anything in here that I'm necessarily allergic to, and I don't see any parabens, so that's a good thing to start. But I will go over maybe some of the ingredients later for those of you who are interested. So Frieda, for people who are in Canada, is a brand that is carried in like Shoppers Drug Mart, I believe like Walmart, so it is considered a fairly accessible brand in terms of where it's sold. So I have a honey and coconut oil hair mask still in my hair from last night. What I did was I left it in overnight, and then I sat under my hair steamer this morning for maybe like 20 to 25 minutes, and just let it kind of melt down, soak in, do its thing. And for people who wanted to know why I use coconut oil and honey, since we're going to talk about it anyway, coconut oil is a penetrative oil. It is high in protein. A lot of people say that their hair doesn't like coconut oil. I'm a strong believer that your hair can like everything that's naturally derived. It's just how you use it has to be different. So you might not be able to use coconut oil in a mask form or in a sealant form, but there is going to be a way that you can make it benefit your routine, because everybody's hair needs to be balanced between protein and moisture. So I use that first to penetrate, especially on my blonde ends, because that's what needs a little extra love, especially as it gets colder. The protein is going to be really important for fighting breakage. And then I put honey on top, because honey is a sealant. It also can act as a humectant in that it draws in moisture from the air to help moisturize the hair. And it also helps preserve your ends from splitting. I don't want to say that it fixes split ends, because nothing fixes split ends, so I'm gonna really put a disclaimer out there that honey does not fix split ends. It can help prevent them, because it helps seal the cuticle down, which is amazing. So now that that's had its chance to like soak in, do its thing, I'm gonna go wash my hair, come back, and kind of walk you through the styling process so that we can give this bad boy a shot. Okay? Okay, y'all, I'm back. So I washed my hair out, and I actually went ahead and used my Earth Tones Naturals Curl Quench Coconut Moisture Milk. You'll often see me using the Up North Naturals Hair Milk, but because this one has glycerin in it, and I really don't expect this foam from Frieda to be moisturizing, I did want to use something that did have a little bit of glycerin to act as a humectant, because this won't. And I typically use the Up North Naturals underneath something that acts more of a sealant, like creates a barrier to keep the moisture in. So we're gonna give this a try. So again, we're going in with the Frizzies Dream Curls Curl Reviver Mousse. So what I'm gonna do is section my hair off as I usually do, and just use this little clip here, tuck it away. Okay, so the instructions again say shake can well, turn upside down, dispense a small amount of foam into palm, distribute evenly through damp hair, finger style or blow dry using a diffuser. So let's shake, 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 shake the shaky. I don't know if the sound is supposed to change when it's been shaken enough. Kind of sounds like it's thickened up, so I'm gonna say it's okay. The first squirt will probably be like nasty and watery and gross. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it wasn't nasty and watery and gross. It smells really good. Really, really good. Okay, so small amount of foam, and I'm gonna, maybe they weren't lying when they said small. I think I have too much here. Oh well, we're here now. No going back. Okay, so I'm gonna distribute it through, right? And then as I always do, I'm gonna scrunch, right? Okay. I don't know if it's doing anything yet. I guess I won't really know till it dries. Okay. So my hair either drank that up or it's doing its thing. I haven't used a mousse in a long time, and I certainly was not using a moisturizer before a mousse, so don't really know what to expect. I guess if I just don't have any expectations, we'll do this as honestly as we can. So there we go. It doesn't really look any different. Usually at this point I'm getting a little bit of like shrinkage from a gel and a little bit of like a hold. I'm not really getting that. Oh, okay. As it's drying, I can sort of feel like a texture change. So I'm just gonna use a little extra just on the ends though, because those are where I need the extra hold and stuff. Because the blonde, the pattern that you see on my blonde hair is not like technically my natural pattern. It has been altered a little bit because of the lightener that I use, obviously, to get my hair blonde. So it tends to need a little bit more help. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving here. I'm gonna zoom a little bit. There we go. Next section. If I can get this clip open. There we go. That is super cool. Okay, I like the smell of it. It's not very strong. It's like a very light, like fruity smell. But it also kind of smells like hair salon. Like if you are familiar with what like professional products smell like. Oh god, I think I took too much again. But I can hear it like bubbling, so that's got to be like a good thing, right? No? Guys? Okay. I definitely think the key to this is just making sure it's well distributed. Whether it's going to give a hold like a gel or not, we do want it to kind of touch every piece of hair. Okay, so it's not looking so crazy or anything right now. It actually looks kind of nice and soft. Like I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Now that you can actually see more of my hair than you could when I did the bottom section, because because this tends to be darker. So now that you can kind of see it on the lighter hair, you can see how it's starting to define it. Again, it's not the same as a gel, and I don't know if I should be scrunching it. I'm just going to smooth and scrunch, smooth and scrunch. But I don't mind lighter products. Like, I kind of like how easy this is to just throw in my hair. As long as it's not going to dry my hair, I might actually use this more in the future. Okay. I think I definitely overkilled it with that one. I actually have a lot of fun with the dispenser, so it comes out really liquidy, and then as soon as the air touches it, it starts to foam up, which obviously is how the reaction is supposed to go. That's how you get moussey products to be moussey, but it's still really cool to see. Okay, so first make your hair look like you dunked it into a bathtub full of bubble baths. Step 1. Next, pull the bubble bath bubbles through it, like your mom's coming up the stairs and you weren't supposed to dunk your head in the bathtub, so you gotta hide it. So that's step 2. Oh, found a tangle when I brushed my hair. Okay, step 3. Scrunch that so you hear a really nasty sound that tells you, yes, there's enough product in here, we're good, we're saturated. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit, actually a little bit, and flip my head and rake it with my head flipped. Ugh, okay. Alright. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, a few things that I am noticing. My hair does have a little bit more volume than it usually does when it's this wet. Like, it looks like there's been a little bit more separation on this side. I'm not really used to that. Typically what tends to happen is it's super flat to my face and I look like a drowned rat, but like, whatever, I'll take it. I'm just gonna make sure I really got here. Scrunch a little bit more there. Okay, so it's pretty light and airy. My hair doesn't feel heavy. I do have really fine hair, so that is a concern of mine. I don't usually get good volume on day 1. So we're gonna see. I am going to use my diffuser and see how this dries. We're gonna go from there. I will put in a little clip of me diffusing so that you can see that I really did do it. And you can kind of see what I used. Then I'll come back at the end, all ready to go, and we'll talk about it. Okay? Okay, thanks. Hey y'all, so I am back. It is 8 p.m. so it's been about 3 hours. So to update, I diffused my hair as you saw the previous clip. Then I let it like cool and set the curl, and then I went out, I had a quick meeting, and then we went out for my dad's birthday dinner, yay! And so I am home now, and this is what it looks like. So, my thoughts. Things that I like. First of all, I like that it's really light. My hair doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like it's gonna gunk up. It was really easy to use. It dispensed fairly easily right out of the thing. I got a lot more. And now that I know how much is in here versus how much I used, I think I used a lot, and it's still quite like heavy and full. So I do think that you'd get quite a few uses out of this. It spreads really easy, so it's a lot easier and faster to work with than like a gel in terms of distributing it. It helps dry fairly quickly, so I did like that. Sometimes gels can take longer to dry, I find, and I didn't really get that weird crunch, so I didn't really have to break a cast. There's definitely a certain type of like firmness to it, but it's not a crunch, and so if you don't like a cast, then this is probably something you would like. A few things to mention that are cons, just while I'm kind of going there. I don't think this product would be great for everyone. My hair doesn't need a lot of help curling naturally. It also doesn't need a lot of help in terms of like hold. So I had a fairly easy time using it and then just scrunching it and going and getting the results that are pretty typical for me. Like these are, I would say, fairly, let's just focus. Come on guys. There we go. These are fairly like, my curls look a little bit better right now in terms of they actually look spiraled and not like waves, but that could honestly just be because I was on like day 8 hair before and we were looking a little rough. But this is what I'm used to pretty much in terms of like volume on day 1, definition on day 1. So I don't think this is necessarily for everyone. I did notice that where I have my tighter pattern, so back here where I have my 4A hair, I did get a little bit of frizziness, and then right here at the front where you tend to touch more and come into contact with things more, I did notice some frizziness. Now it could be because I didn't use as much as maybe I should have or did on the rest of my hair right here, but either way, those were some things that I noticed. And so assuming that even one of them is because of texture difference, I do think like the type 3s are kind of more in the market for something like this, because you would still get the hold and definition in some cases, especially if you have fine hair and you do like something really light. I think it's nice. Would I use it without a moisturizer? Absolutely not. The ingredients on here do not sound at all moisturizing, and so I don't like that they say for define, soften, moisturize curls, because realistically if you have an afro textured hair or you have hair that's rather high porosity, you're probably not gonna, you're gonna need a moisturizer. I would say everybody needs a moisturizer, because this is, first ingredient is water, and then we have isobutane, VP/methacrylamide. Go a little bit further, you've got a lot of polymer, like copolymer, polyquaternium, which preservatives, propane, obviously to make it come out of the under pressure tin. So there's a lot of, I would say over half of the ingredients in here are actually just to make the foaming part work. When it touches air, it's actually just for the reaction and for storing it and keeping it stable within the can. So aside from water, there's not really anything in here that would keep it moisturized, aside from maybe this little bit of oil, but it's the last ingredient, and so I'm thinking it's probably not a very high concentration. So with that said, use a moisturizer. I don't think this is for people who have dry hair, in terms of like how people with afro textured hair would say we have dry hair. I don't think you could use just this, which if you're already used to using multiple products might be fine for you. If you're someone who is looking for a one product does it all type of thing, this isn't going to cut it for you. It's not going to be moisturizing enough. I'm just calling it as I see it based on the ingredients. You can still try it if you want to. It'll probably still give you really nice defined curls with not as much frizz, but what's gonna happen is your hair is still gonna feel dry and not necessarily moisturized later on. So that's the first thing. I don't think it's necessarily for everybody, but for the people that it does work for, it might become like a holy grail product. You might really love it. I would definitely use this again. For me, the big test is going to be how my hair holds up tomorrow. So is it a good enough hold to maintain my curls overnight in a pineapple, or is it going to kind of cave in and loosen up? So that for me will be like the deciding factor as to whether or not I would use this again. It might be something really good for if you need super defined curls, or maybe to refresh curls that already have product in them, because it is so light and it spreads through so easy. It might be great for that. So even if I don't use it as a constant product on days when I'm like pushing the 4, 5, 6, 7 day hair, and I need a little bit more out of it, I might just spritz with water to refresh and then throw some of this on, scrunch, and just let it air dry or diffuse it really quickly to get the definition and shine that I need, because in terms of definition and shine, like, I did get a good amount. I'm not mad at it, like, it looks pretty good, but again, for me, it's gonna be, does it survive the night? And that's gonna be huge, because that's really important. So that's pretty much it. The ingredients aren't the greatest. Personally, I think that if John Frieda really wants to be a competitor in the market of like products for naturally curly hair, that you're gonna have to do better ingredient wise, because more and more people are checking. They're checking to see first and foremost what's not in there. And so because that's so important, I think companies are better off being really straightforward about this is why this ingredient is in there, or reformulating or repackaging in order to remove some of the ingredients that are concerning for curlies. So I don't know if this is curly girl friendly. I don't really follow the curly girl method, so I wouldn't know. But considering that I see that there is a methosulfate in here, I'm going to say that it's probably not curly girl friendly. And that's just what it is. So will I use this again? Probably. It's just depending on how well it holds up overnight is going to be the determining factor for me. So feel free to check my Instagram, and I will upload a picture. I mean, by the time you see this video, I might have already uploaded the picture, who knows, but I will do like a wear test, and we'll just see how long I can get out of it before having to like formally refresh or have to like rewash and restyle my hair. But for right now, it looks pretty good. This is the volume I'd expect from a day one, whether I'm using this product or a gel. I was kind of expecting more volume from a mousse just because it's supposed to be lighter, and I just figured it would be. But because it's not necessarily a mousse made for super fine hair, I wasn't expecting a huge amount of volume, because it is something that says it's meant for frizz, which means it would have that smoothing effect that comes from adding things that would weigh the hair down and seal down the cuticles. So all in all, am I disappointed? Not really. I think I'm actually more surprised that this product worked in my hair. I was expecting it to just be a dry, disastrous mess, and so I was pleasantly surprised to have it actually give me some good definition, some good shine, not be too heavy, and overall just work. So yeah, let me know if you try this product, what you think of it. Again, it will be, like, it is available in pharmacies if you're in Canada. So like a Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, things like that. So it is a product that's more easily accessible. You're gonna have to make the call on whether you like the ingredients or not, whether you like working with a mousse or not. You know, that's gonna be your call. Especially with winter coming up here, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna shy away from lighter products and go for like a heavier products to help seal moisture in, etc., etc. But yeah, if you're looking for a moisturizer with glycerin in it to help with that, I would recommend the Earth Tones Naturals, their coconut hair milk, because I do find that it does help me out through the winter time. And yeah, I think that's all. So thanks so much for watching. I hope it was informative in some way, shape, or form. I will keep uploading different things that I get in like the PR box form and keep you posted. Okay, thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, so just while I'm sitting here editing this video, excuse my language, I had my wisdom teeth pulled. It's Saturday and this video is recorded on Tuesday. These are pictures of what my hair looks like right now as I'm sitting here editing this video. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this is day 5 hair. I haven't refreshed. I haven't used any more mousse. I haven't even put water on my hair. And this is kind of what we got. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with how this worked out. And I will most definitely be using this again in the future. Okay, thank you so much again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And can't wait to see you guys again in my next video. Bye!